Alright, look at ya. Woo! I got parts back for the mini bike. So, finally. So let's go over everything and we'll get this thing put back together and have some fun. Yeah. I'll get you stretched around. I'll show you what all I've done so far. So, I think I mentioned previously the brake handle was over here on the left side. Not what I'm used to, at least. Not for a motorcycle, not for a dirt bike, even on my four-wheeler. So I put it on the right side. Works. Got room. I did get on the Amazon. I cheaped out. Got these handlebar mount on-off switches. It just runs down. You gotta leave a little slack in there for when you're turning your bars. For steering. Got it going down. I did have to cut the plug off of the old oil sensor. That's what that is. That way it would plug into the actual wire that was already existing. And then on the other side here, where it's grounded, I grounded it in the same spot. I did have to put an eyelet on it, so it's the one with the red part of the end on it there. I don't remember what all I showed before, but I do believe I showed this. So that's the throttle cable bracket I went with. The governor is not connected to anything. I'm going to try it like that for now. And if I do need to mount it up to something, I will. So this wasn't wanting to start before. And when it would, it was very difficult to. So, determined the oil sensor was bad. It was just grounding out the whole circuit. So, got that taken off. It does still have the original on-off switch hooked up. That way, I just wanted to leave it like that. So, gotta get this cover on, the chain. I should be able to fire it up and take this thing for a proper ride. So, I've got the new part from Go Power Sports, and I forgot to put the jack shaft back in. So, I'll get you set up here. Hope it works. So I took the jack shaft out. Yeah, we're in frame. When I first opened it up, I seen the numbers on the bearing. Thought that was kind of strange. It's got the same numbers. It's the 6203RS. Yeah. So I popped the jack shaft out just to double check and make sure the bearings are in there nice and tight, nice and taut, and they are. Jack shaft fits in there nicely. I should have grabbed the hammer and go ahead and knock it back in. Goes in there fairly nice. Sitting on the hood of my truck, so I'm not trying to set everything on top of it. The difference is I ain't got any extra light set up right now. Well, I didn't even check that. So, if you do get one, tighten up your nut. they must not do that for you. So the new one from Go Power Sports versus the old one. I believe I stated in the last video, I do believe this one is from Amazon. It's got the nut actually screwed on there. Heard a car horn. Somebody's outside, so I'm gonna move for the most part. Your Go Power Sports one has a Allen head screw here that goes through. You can remove that, adjust it, do whatever. Amazon one does not. It's just a solid pin that is welded in there. And I noticed on the back side where this bracket is, it's longer on the back side. I'll grab a tape measure. So this one here is about an inch long. Go Power Sports one, only half an inch long. Front side, inch long on Go Power Sports. Front side on the Amazon, also an inch. So if you're not sure which one your mini bike has, or if you're looking at one, pull the cover off. I would assume all the Go Power Sports ones, it's got the bolt here, and the Amazon one just has a solid pin. You see there's no threads on it, and it barely sticks up. Go Power Sports, you can see the threads, Allen head bolt. Rather than that, they look exactly the same. Jack shaft off the Amazon one. This one here, you can see how it steps down right here. You can kind of see the lip on it up here, and over here, the Go Power Sports one, that space is smaller. Not a big deal. This would probably still work, as long as it fit into the old bearings the same. But it's the jack shaft housing. There we go. So package protection, jack shaft assembly, Coleman. Item number 23500. So, and if for some reason you're in their warehouse and you don't know where it is, maybe you want to rob them, I don't know. That's their bin location. Does not state a price on here. I do not remember. With shipping and everything, it was within $2 or $3 of the one on Amazon. So didn't get it as fast as what I would on Amazon, but let's see. No returns on electrical items. Build your own tire assembly, performance parts. If you got to return it for within 30 days, include your receipt. They will not take, how they word that. They will not accept individual parts from a kit. So one thing goes bad, you got to send the whole thing back. Plenty fine. So we got the 4 bolts here. I believe this bolts up to something on there also. There wasn't a bolt in it when I took the other one off, so I'll find a bolt for that. Get the chain and gears assemblies back on here, and I'll see you guys in a minute. I don't even have this thing all the way together. Get this part bolted up. Do have the bolt in the back side of it there. And noticed as I'm sliding this on, the shaft isn't even popping out of the way. It's sitting on that bolt. Fairly good too. You can see the space right back there in it. So I'll pop that out. Luckily it's just a bolt, so I should be able to unscrew that, chop it off, make it shorter, and then I'll get that on. Alright, so I got that on. Instead of taking the bolt out and chopping it off there, as you can see, I added a nut, and then I can use the nut to tighten down onto this flange, bracket piece, whatever you want to call it. But as you can see, there's the space that I got now, and it does sit all the way back. I'm going to focus. There it is. So you can see how much gap is in between the nut and the head of the bolt, and the gap between the bolt and this clutch mechanism. So decided to do it this way instead of chopping it off or grinding it off. That way, if anybody else watching this video and they don't have access to a grinder and stuff, they can get a bolt or a nut. That is a metric 8 by 125, and I did take measurements off the old one here, so I've got it sitting right here from the back of this here, the straight part down here, to the bolt hole, to the corner here, to the corner here, versus everything on this one here, and everything seems to measure the same. So I don't know. Check the length of the bolt, and it's within a 1/16 here, but as you can see, that's more than a 1/16 there. So not sure what was going through their minds at Go Power Sports, but their research and development R&D department needs to look at this a little bit better. Maybe they'll see this video and learn. Test fit your own daggone parts. Although I don't know if maybe this would work if you was running a belt drive clutch, because that could be totally different. Or if maybe you have one of those charging rectifiers or something on here, that way you can actually run the headlight. I assume that's probably how the system gets hooked up, because this headlight is not. And then while we're sitting here, get a spark plug. Stay focused. 3924. That is an auto light. That was just sitting on the shelf. Didn't like the old one. It took a regular size socket, not a spark plug socket. So I don't know if there's going to be a difference in the power. And you can tell that's an old crusty spark plug, but it works. And it threaded in. It was all about the same length and everything. So if you want to throw a good regular spark plug in your mini bike, that's the 3924 Autolite. So, gonna get back to it. Alright, got the gears on it. Need to get the chain to the correct length. I'll go ahead and set the camera here. And then you get the chain go from this gear to that gear, and it's also going to go above this, between that, kind of like that. The jack shaft itself, grab the other one. That came with the Go Power Sports one. Did not work. This back gear for the rear chain would not slide over the end of it here. Not easily, at least. So just like how on this one, you can see it tapers down right here. This is the new one off of this part. Just take my black Sharpie and touch that up from where I took that out. Anyways, I get distracted. So this is the new one off the jack shaft assembly. So it only needs to be the thickness of this right here and right here where the bearings are. So I couldn't get the rear sprocket back there on the shaft. So I popped this back out, threw the old one in there. The old one does fit nice and tight on the inside diameter of the bearings back here. And lengthwise, they was about the same length from end to end, within a reasonable amount at least. The new stuff did come with a new nut and cotter pin, but the new nut, wherever I put it, I could put it back on a shelf. The castle part of it didn't stick out far enough for the actual cotter pin to go through. It would have been on the outside of the nut instead of in the little castle things. So decided to use the old nut that already fit the old shaft. Both the new shaft and old shaft both had the same thread though, so I could have used the old nut or the new one, and then I threw the old cotter pin back in it because why not? There's nothing wrong with it. Anybody who says differently, I don't care. So got my chain marked. Just mess up my camera. Alright. No, probably not. Anyways, got the chain marked for lengthways, so let's go ahead and use one of these chain breaker tools. Never used one till today. It doesn't seem too awfully terrible, especially if you don't have a grinder and sawzall or hammer and punch. You can do this stuff fairly simply. So it just sit up here. So I've already got a black mark on the chain there. Again, working on the hood of my truck. Don't want to go messing that up. Alright, so the black mark on the chain, that's the one we're going to pop out. You got to unscrew the tool enough to get the chain in here. The little center section here, the little nub that sticks out right there. Trying to get that lined up with this little pin, and then the opposite side to come through the hole right there. Say it might be easier to put this in a vise. I'm not totally sold on that, but I got it in there. This in here came with the chain. Just twist it. Unfortunately, this pin does not stay centered. I'm not sure why. It'd be nice if it did. It does look like it started pushing it. Go. Don't think we got to push it out all the way. Could totally be wrong, but we should be able to move that one chain link over. I hope I'm getting everything in frame. There. Going to try a screwdriver. Already had one close by, luckily. Maybe we are supposed to push it all the way out. Yeah, that's bent. Anyways. Once it's already started, not such a big deal where it's bent. You whiz. How long is that thing? Oh, there it is. And it is still captured in the end for the side we don't need. But I could repair a broken chain or a small section or something with this. Possibly still. So there we go. Grab the master link. Can't remember if this is a different one or the, yeah. Yeah, so this is master link out of the old chain. I can put my little cap on there and the little keeper, and we'll be good to go. Well, go ahead and get her on there. Alright, so chain breaker worked pretty good. Nice recap. So, before I get too far, it's just got the little pins that hold it on. For these brackets, both top and bottom, I bent these bottom ones down a little bit, top ones up a little bit. That way, because before it was just on there with the top ones, and this bottom would just flap around. So no bueno on that. So now I can put it in the bottom ones. I'll show you here in a minute. I still got to tighten that up. I forgot about that. This bolt. So when I first got this, every time I would start it, I pretty much had to take the back tire off the ground. The clutch was sticking inside. So if you pull this bolt out, you may have to clean up the threads. And I think the threads was a 5/16 24 thread. Everything else seemed to be metric on here, but this is a standard size. Yeah, because I think the other 5/16 is a 5/16 18. So this is 5/16 24. Could be wrong. Yours could be different. You take this off, get your chain off, and then there's a snap ring. You won't be able to show it on camera unless I go like that. Yeah, well, you can see it right there. Snap ring. Take that snap ring off, and you separate this outer housing from the inside, and you put some grease on that. It needs greased every so often. Otherwise, the clutch is going to want to engage or be engaged when you start it. Sitting there idle, whatever else, it'll want to be engaged. And it shouldn't be, that way it can sit there and idle and not move. So, fire it up. So you see it, we'll actually sit here and idle now. Before I get too far. It's starting to rain outside. Dang it! Raining just in time for it to be done. So I'll go ahead and pull this bolt off. I'll put some Loctite on that and then throw it back on. I'll go ahead and show this though. Get it slid down to the bottom too. And it flips up over the top on that one, and now you can see it's on there. Nice and solid-ish. It's snug, it works. Take it for a ride when this rain stops. for anybody who's made it this far, thank you for watching. Did get the mini bike going, as you've seen in the last clip there, riding through a grassy field with all the rain we had this weekend. It was wet. So you can see some dirt on the shirt. It's all covered in dirt and mud from the back. As I was riding through the field, I could feel the water splashing up on me. Scene kind of ended abruptly. I was trying to pop a wheelie. It will do it. Just not very well when the ground is all wet and it wants to spin. Couldn't get any traction, so it took a little longer to finish the video. When I got the bike done, I let my nephew ride it. First time being on a motorized bike of any sort. And as to be expected, he made it 8 or 10 feet and crashed. Messed up the headlight, fender, broke the brake handle. Not a big deal, he's okay. He got a lump on his head. That's went down now. He's doing just fine. Didn't think he was going to jump on there and just give it full beans all at once. Thought maybe he'd try to take it slow. I was totally wrong on that. So whether he'll get back on it ever or not, I don't know. For sure he will be wearing helmet, riding gear. So did get the strap on the gas tank, the rear strap, so it's mounted fully, and it runs great. Thing's a little hoot. Excited about it. Glad it runs good. It was doing some popping and backfiring or whatever. For some reason the choke kept on getting put on or turned on. I don't know why, but it don't now. So for anybody who has made it this far though, thank you for watching. I hope you had a good weekend. Happy Memorial Day. Just enjoy the little things in life and do what you can. So thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.